morning, everyone. Welcome to our Sunday Dharma gathering. Lately, the seasons seem to be playing tag. One moment, it feels like full summer, and the next, it's like we're back in spring. And I think this unpredictable weather reminds us how easily our minds can be affected by the world around us. And that is why we gather today here to create a place of steadiness and a space where we can ground ourselves and return to what truly matters. So may this gathering serve as a center of calm and clarity in your life. Today is Father's Day. Through meditation practice and by listening to the member Steve's talk, let us honor and reflect on the graces of fathers. We'll begin our gathering with the bowing practice, followed by gentle yoga practice with Hannah. So please rise and stand in front of your mat. We are facing the circle of truth, the Dharmakaya Buddha fourfold grace, which represent our true home and which represent the truth of the universe. Please join me in making standing bows with your palms together. I bow in gratitude to the grace of heaven and earth, honoring the infinite beneficence of nature and the universe. I bow in gratitude to the grace of parents, honoring the beneficence from parents, ancestors, and all those who have had a nurturing role in my life. I bow in gratitude to the grace of fellow beings, recognizing the truth of interconnectedness. I bow in gratitude to the grace of laws, which guides us and protects us. Now please turn to your neighbor Buddha and let us greet each other with our smiles. And please remain in standing. And here's our Dharma friend Hannah, and she'll guide us with gentle yoga stretching.
Morning. Happy Father's Day. Let's just stand by the arms by the side. Strong arms down by your side. Stretching the muscles, the fingers. Bring the top of the head towards the ceiling. Lift the arches slightly, softening the toes. Belly in, head back behind the heart. Good. Bring the arms up overhead, look up between the thumbs. Reach, grab hold of your right wrist and pull the right arm up. And then the left. And right. Press the hip, ribs towards the ceiling. Inhale up, another side. X. Ribs towards the ceiling, try to straighten the elbows. Inhale up. Extend the right arm out. Left arm overhead. Drop the ear to the side. Breathe inside of the neck. Slowly lowering the hand down by the side, stretching the shoulder away from the neck. As the hand goes down further, the stretch increases. Press your head against your left hand to come up. Good. And change sides. Extend through the left arm. Really push through the heel of the hand. Drop the head to the side. Strong tummy, strong legs. Ease the hand down, stretching the shoulder away from the chin. Stretching the side of the neck. Exhale, hand all the way down by the side. Press your head against your right hand to come up. And hands down by the side. Bring the right arm up behind the back. Use your left hand to pull the arm up. You could press your head against the wrist or the arm. Try to get your arm going down the spine, lifting the chin, pulling open the side of the ribs. Open, open. You might want to move side to side. And then exhale, hands down. And the other side, left arm up. Use your right elbow here. You could lift your chin up, open the ribs, press the hips forward a little, lift the chin. And exhale, release. Hands together, palms together, back of the hands together, right hand over left. Interlace the fingers, lift the chin, bring the hands towards the body and through as best as you can. If you're here, just breathe here. Being okay where you are. Lift the elbows. Maybe you'll go a little further. If you relax, let go of your worries. Good. And change sides. Palms together, back of the hands together, hand over right, interlace the fingers, and pull through. And just be okay where you are. Breathe. And release. Good. One more stretch, arms out by the side. Right arm on top of left, cross the hands so the back of the hands are facing each other, thumbs towards the face. Press the elbows up as high as you can. Drop the shoulders down. Loose neck. If you can wrap the hands twice, you can wrap the hands twice. It's not necessary though. Just keep the elbows up, press the shoulders down. Get some of the tension out, get some blood flowing through the shoulders. You can bring the elbows into the body and round forward, stretching the lower back, spreading the shoulders away from the back. And inhale up. And other side. Left arm on top. Good. Elbows up high, shoulders down, loose neck. Just getting some circulation, blood moving through there, relieving tension. Elbows into the body, bend the knees slightly, round forward, stretching the lower back, and pulling the shoulders away from the spine. You could sway to the left and sway to the right. And release the hands forward onto the knees. Roll yourself up. And again, stand tall, fingers reaching, strong arms, strong legs. Take a breath in and out. Okay.
Please be seated. Now Jeff will guide us with the method of seated meditation.
The method of sitting meditation is simple and easy. Sit comfortably on the floor or in a chair. Breathe in, grab all your tension, and breathe it out. Open up your chest and heart. Stretch up tall and align your spine from your neck to your tailbone. Relax your shoulders and arms, then allow your hands to rest on your knees. Bring your attention to your breath. As you exhale, release all mental and physical tension. Invite your attention to abide in your chi energy field, which is called Danjan. This is located about 2 inches below your navel and is the power center for your breathing. Open your eyes and gaze downward over the end of your nose and to the floor. Keep your mouth closed and allow the tip of your tongue to rest gently against the roof of your mouth. When your mind is concentrated and calm, pure and clear saliva may gather in your mouth. You may swallow it. Relax your facial muscles and notice your gentle smile. If your face or body begins to itch, do not scratch. This is just a sign of the energy circulating in your body. Simply note the itching and let it pass. If your legs ache unbearably, you may change position very slowly and quietly so that you maintain a calm stillness and do not interrupt others. When thoughts arise in your mind, do not be discouraged or disturbed by them. Simply focus on your breathing without reacting to or playing with those thoughts. Recognize them as thoughts. They will disappear by themselves. And remember, keep bringing your awareness back to your Danjan breathing center. If you continue practicing meditation for a long period of time, you will rest in the realm of samadhi, deep meditation in which the mind is calm, concentrated, perfectly focused, and at peace, with no distinction between self and others, time and place. We are grateful to sit quietly together, finding the still point within. May we be here now, aware of our ever calm and alert spirit.
Our meditation continues with prayer and sutra chanting. Page 3, prayer chant Yeongju. Yeongju prayer chant. Yeongju 천지연기야 심정만 사여이야 심통 천지여와 등일체하여 천지동 심정 천지연기야 심정만 사여이야 심통 천지여와 동일체하여 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 천지동 심정. Now I invite you to pray for the peace of our world, which faces conflicts and wars every day. Please join your hearts and palms together. Dharmakaya Buddha, fourfold grace. We are grateful for this moment to center our minds and open our hearts. Today, we recognize how blessed we are to live in relative peace while the world endures profound suffering. Recent escalations between Israel and Iran remind us of the fragile nature of our shared world and the deep karmic wounds behind every conflict. We hold in our hearts the pain of all those affected in the Middle East, Ukraine, and beyond. May we unite our minds and hearts in sincere prayer for peace. May violence cease, and may compassion awaken across all nations. We send our loving energy to innocent victims everywhere. May we embody this prayer through our thoughts, words, and actions. May peace begin within each of us now. May all beings be safe and well. This we pray with our whole hearts. Please turn your chanting booklet, pages 4 and 5. 이론 상방 일원 is the realm of samadhi beyond words and speech, the gateway birth and death, transcending being and non-being, the origin of heaven and earth, parents, fellow beings, lost all to nature of all Buddha's enlightenment, non-enlightened people and sentient being, it one manifests as both permanence and impermanence, fused as permanent. It one unfolds into an infinite worth that is ever abide, spontaneous, just as it is viewed as impermanent. till one unfolds into infinite birth through the cycle of formation, duration, decay, and extinction of the universe. Birth, aging, illness, and death of all beings according to how we use our minds and bodies. In four forms of birth we transform through the six forms of existence, progressing, regressing with grace, arising from harm or harm from grace. Therefore, unawakened beings vow to practice wholeheartedly, modeling ourselves after Iron Sangdo Dharmakaya Buddha, cultivating our minds and bodies, deeply knowing human affairs and principles thoroughly, using our minds and bodies skillfully, thus progressing rather than regress, and receiving grace rather than harm, until attain the great empowerment of One and become one with the nature of One. Heart Sutra. The Bodhisattva of great compassion, when practicing prajna paramita, realized that all five aggregates are empty and thus became free from suffering and distress. So differ from emptiness. Emptiness does not differ from form. Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form. The same true of sensations, perceptions, impulses, consciousness. So Shariputra, all dharmas are empty. They do not appear or disappear, are not tainted or pure, do not increase or decrease in emptiness. Form, no sensations, no perceptions, no impulses, consciousness, no eyes, no ears, no nose, no tongue, no body, no form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, no object of mind, realm of eye, ear, nose, tongue, body of mind, consciousness, no ignorance, nor extinction of ignorance. Old days and death, no extinction of them, no suffering, cause of suffering, no cessation of suffering, no past, no wisdom, no attainment. With nothing to attain, the Bodhisattva realized prajna paramita. Therefore, the mind has no hindrance. Without any hindrance, no fear, delusion, one dwells in nirvana. All Buddhas of the past, present, and future realize prajna paramita and obtain supreme enlightenment. Therefore, note, prajna paramita is the great mantra, is the great enlightening mantra, is the unsurpassed and unequaled mantra, which is able to eliminate all suffering. This is true, not false, so proclaimed. Prajna Paramita mantra which says gone, gone, gone beyond. Now awaken Gate, Gate, Para, Gate, Parasam, Gate, Bodhisvaha, Gate, Gate, Para, Gate, Parasam, Gate, Bodhisvaha, Gate, Gate, Para, Gate, Parasam, Gate, Bodhisvaha. Now you may put your hands on your knees, on your knees. Let us circle our upper body. Stretch your shoulders and stretch your spine. Let us bring our arms together, up high and stretch upward. Stretch side to side. And release your hands down. Today, Steve Hadcock, Won Jung-hyun, is going to share his talk with us. The title is Being a Parent to Yourself. Please join your palms together. Good morning.
Good morning. So today is one of the days here in the United States that we take time to celebrate the parents that are in our lives, whether biological or familial or in other ways. How many of you are parents or play a parental role for someone else? Just raise your hand. Okay, thank you. Happy Father's Day, dads. How I prepared to be a father for my daughter started before I even got to meet her for the first time. Started to think about what qualities and attributes that I have that would make me be a positive influence on my daughter. You know, reflecting on my childhood and parenting of others. I was also fortunate that at the time my daughter was going to be born, there was a colleague of mine in Cooperative Extension whose focus was on early childhood development. So, you know, I leaned on her, Bonnie Westendorf, asked her for her questions and for her guidance to be able to help myself think about who I wanted to be as a father to my daughter. And she gratefully shared, of course, and also some books and other things. So being prepared, what I thought I was being prepared for, you know, I became a father, and 34 years later, I'm still a father. So, and her birthday was just past week. So this is the audience participation time. Okay, what positive qualities or traits do parents have? What would you say are some good positive traits or qualities that a parent should have to foster their own children or children in general or others? Patience. Sense of humor? Yeah, that comes in handy. Empathy, okay. Anything else? Listening without judgment, excellent one. Okay, thank you. Okay. Responsibilities, okay. Kathy? Selfless? Yes. Deb? Trust, excellent. Flexibility, yeah, you definitely need to be flexible. Being a patient, or being a parent. Attunement, yeah, good one. Great. Well, we're going to touch on many of those in my talk. Okay. So parents bring a wealth of qualities to the role. We've mentioned many here, and there's some that I would emphasize in my preparation for a talk that I identified and wish to continue to talk about. Oh, I've skipped one thing. So another thing that I wanted to talk about was nature versus nurture, and what the role of both are. And in a genetics course I took many years ago at college, we learned that the expression of something, whether in humans it might be their height, to some extent intellect, or other things, your athletic ability, the list goes on and on of what you might be able to express, is 25% genotypic, meaning it's your heredity, and 75% phenotypic, which is in your environment. So the point being is that our environment plays a very huge role in who we become physically, mentally, emotionally, and so on as a human being. Something to contemplate. So parents bring a wealth of wonderful qualities to their role. Some of the most valuable traits include unconditional love, patience, compassion, empathy, wisdom and guidance, resilience, and a sense of humor, which we just heard from you folks, which is wonderful. In the context of Won Buddhism, do any of these also sound familiar to you? Parenting in the light of Won Buddhism is not merely about raising children. It is a profound spiritual practice, a path of cultivation, and an opportunity to embody the Dharma in the daily life of yourself, for yourself and your child. Some aspects of Won Buddhism can assist individuals improving their parenting skills. In Won Buddhism, it is acknowledged that all relationships offer opportunities for spiritual growth, including the relationship between parent and child. Parenting involves the practice of compassion, patience, and wisdom, reflecting the teachings of the Buddha in your daily interactions. A parent's love is unconditional, much like the compassion of a bodhisattva. The founding master Sotasan taught that gratitude for parents is one of the fundamental virtues. Parents sacrifice, nurture, and guide their children, embodying the bodhisattva ideal of selfless service. Yet parenting is not about control. It is about guiding without attachment, which is hard. Believe me, I know. Just as the Buddha taught that all things must find their own path, parents must allow their children to grow, make mistakes, and discover their own wisdom. Children bring joy, but also bring challenges. Won Buddhism teaches us to cultivate equanimity, to remain centered in both moments of happiness and difficulty. When a child misbehaves or struggles, instead of reacting with frustration, a parent can practice mindful breathing, reflecting on the Fold Four Grace and the Threefold Practice. By seeing parenting as spiritual practice, every challenge becomes an opportunity to deepen patience and understanding. In Won Buddhism, mindful living is emphasized. Children learn not just from words, but from the actions of their parents. If a parent cultivates gratitude, mindfulness, and ethical living, the child naturally absorbs these values. Instead of merely instructing children to be kind, parents can demonstrate kindness in their daily interactions. Instead of demanding respect, parents can model respect in their relationships. One of the greatest challenges in parenting is learning to let go. As children grow, parents must release their attachment, trusting that their guidance has planted the seeds of wisdom. Won Buddhism teaches us true love is non-possessive. It allows others to flourish in their own way. Just as a tree does not cling to its falling leaves, parents must allow their children to embrace their own lives. knowing that their love and guidance will always endure. Parenting is not separate from spiritual practice. It is a living dharma. Every moment with a child is an opportunity to cultivate patience, compassion, and wisdom. By embracing the teachings of one Buddhism, parents transform their journey into a path awakening, guiding their children with love, with deepening their spiritual growth. Parenting is a journey that teaches us as much as it demands. It is a role where love and responsibility intertwine, creating a profound sense of purpose. Becoming a parent has shown me that it's about so much more than providing for a child's needs. It's about shaping a part of their future with every nurturing word, every patient moment, and every forgiven mistake. In those moments, we are not merely leading, we are learning too about ourselves, resilience, and love and trust its form. It is equally important, though, to take many of what I just said, to think about how you might use it to parent yourself. The qualities I just talked about provide a guidance for that. Demonstrating patience requires practicing it despite of our imperfections. Similarly, exhibiting compassion towards ourselves necessitates acknowledging and addressing our struggles. Parenting, in many ways, begins within. It is a lesson we learn, that the care we extend to our hearts and the way we strive to grow. So, to conclude, let me summarize some of the positive parenting traits we should use to be a parent to ourselves. Letting go of attachments. The Buddha talked to us or told us this is something that we have to do, but the founding master showed us the way to do that in many ways. This is something that's been hard for me, is to let go of some of my attachment. Though through Won Buddhism, I have gotten much better at letting go of my attachments. To be objective and honest with yourself. Think of it in the form of equanimity. Use our wholesome mind to pull us back from a place where ego, delusion, pride, so on, have taken us. With a clear and wholesome mind, complete a 360-degree view of the issue. This is something that I've come to a realization of through Dharma talks here by many of the Cumanims and others. Have learned about thinking about things from an objective or a 360-degree view, and it's been helpful to me. Thinking about if something happens, well, let's think of that differently. Maybe there is a different reason, and not my own delusional reasons why that episode happened. So, take time to pause and think and find a place of equanimity. To remember to show yourself an unconditional love. Especially I think in the American culture, the adage, I think we are our own worst enemy, fits pretty well for many of us, and that we are our own worst critic when it comes to when we're thinking about something. Show yourself some love and cut yourself a break as well. And finally, to hold and keep the living Dharma within yourself. Look for opportunities to cultivate acceptance, patience, compassion, and wisdom, not only with others, but within yourself as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve, for your talk. So I'm not a parent myself. I don't think I will be in this lifetime, but definitely I can be a parent for myself, to myself. So thank you for the reminder. Please open your booklet, page 6. Let us recite Essential Dharmas of Daily Practice. 1. The mind is originally free from disturbance, but disturbances arise in response to sensory conditions. Let us restore the equanimity of our true nature by letting go of disturbances. 2. The mind is originally free from delusion, but delusions arise in response to sensory conditions. Let us restore the wisdom of our true nature by letting go of delusions. 3. The mind is originally free from wrongdoing, but wrongdoings arise in response to sensory conditions. Let us restore the precepts of our true nature by letting go of wrongdoings. 4. Let us replace disbelief, greed, laziness, and ignorance with belief, zeal, questioning, and dedication. 5. Let us turn resentment into gratitude. 6. Let us turn dependency into self-reliance. 7. Let us turn reluctance to learn into willingness to learn well. 8. Let us turn reluctance to teach into willingness to teach well. 9. Let us turn lack of public spirit into eagerness to serve the good of all. This morning, we are happy for Don Moore, who received his Dharma name some time ago, but was unable to attend the naming ceremony last April. So today, we are having the Dharma naming ceremony for him. So let's welcome Don as he now steps into this meaningful moment with us. Please come forward. He's going to offer vow of commitment.
Grace of heaven and earth, grace of parents, grace of fellow beings, and grace of laws. I, Don Moore, wholeheartedly dedicate myself to cultivating a new mind, body, and spirit. I understand that my new Dharma name symbolizes my spiritual rebirth as a Won Buddhist practitioner. Please guide me along the path of awakening and complete liberation. May I study and practice the Dharma with inner joy, steady perseverance, and a heart full of gratitude, living each day with purpose and sincerity. Now, with unwavering intention, I make the following vow: to know my mind as perfect, complete, impartial, and selfless, like Ilwan Song; to nurture my mind to reflect the same qualities; to use my mind with clarity, compassion, and equanimity, embodying the essence of Ilwan Song. With this vow, I now receive the 10 precepts. May I follow them with sincerity, a beginner's mind, and a commitment to spiritual growth. May I become a Buddha, one who brings benefit to individuals, families, communities, and the world. I offer this prayer with one mind and one heart.
You may stand. Let us give him a big round of applause. Now Revenue is going to give him his Dharma name card. His name is Don Moore. Dharma name Won He Won, meaning source of wisdom. Wongi 110, June 15th. And a small gift. And we have actually special gift from Venerable Juksa님.
one. Wisdom. Fountain, the source, the origin. So he said that this part explains the water. This is the origin. Yeah, so you can visualize the fountain. He sincerely congratulates his receiving the Dharma name, the Buddha name. Receiving Dharma name signifies I would like to live a spiritual life instead of a physical life. From the life of a karmic, from the karmic life to the life of awakening. That's a from the deluded life to the life of a righteous dharma. From the selfish life to altruistic life. That's why we receive Dharma name with that determination. The wisdom, our innate wisdom, by having that, we can view things in a broader and objective way. Not the ordinary life, the life of truth by revealing our innate wisdom. So one, as I explained, it means the fountain or origin. We need to think about and investigate the origin of ourselves, our mind. When we really delve in depth origin or the source, it's a clearly empty and clear. The source of our original mind, it is the source of the universe, that the Ilwan Sang, our founding master, said in that way. The more we empty and clear our mind, infinite potential and the wisdoms will be revealed. That's why we meditate. Meditate on a regular basis. That's why it is very important. He sincerely congratulates you receiving the Dharma name today. Yeah.
I had no idea what an honor it is. I also had not been familiar at all with the vow, which I was delighted to learn. I only learned it when Ginger and I rehearsed it before the ceremony, and it's a humbling challenge, and one I'm really thankful to be able to bring into my life. I had a couple of thoughts this week about what this meant. And what I found my mind dwelling on was the notion of home. Home, it means something to all of us. It can mean everything across the spectrum, from enabling to disabling and everywhere in between, and often changing, as it has for me. But it's been present, and what it means, and what I'm fortunate to have been guided to, is the notion of a spiritual home. And I've pursued it with greater and lesser efforts over my life, and it is the principal reason why I'm here amongst you, because I have found a spiritual home that is meaningful to me and gives me purpose and definition in a way that I hadn't had before. And so I'm particularly grateful for that. I also wanted to mention that I've been thinking about founding Master Sotasan, and the time in which he established Won Buddhism in Korea in the early 20th century. And I've been thinking about it, frankly, in the context of our present fraught moment when our liberties, human dignity, any notion of compassion or common purpose in a community is threatened. And how he, Sotasan, responded to that challenge with purpose, with discipline, with courage, and with a commitment to the faith that he had developed. And that carried him through a very severe Japanese occupation of Korea, all the way to the end, past the end of his life, to the end of the Second World War, when the Japanese had destroyed cultural icons, had attempted to eliminate the Korean language. And I think that it's a very good example, and I'd be very plain about it in terms of how we are able to see our faith as a way, one way, possibly not the only way, but one good way to navigate the time that's ahead of us, personally and as a community. So again, thank you all. Thank you very much for this honor.
Thank you, Dan. And if any of you are interested in receiving a Dharma name and what's the process involved, please let me know. Well, he mentioned about Master Sotasan in Korea, and we are pleased to welcome a group of guests from Korea. So we have a school in Korea for training young students to be Won Buddhist ministers. So they are visiting our temple next week. And among them is Sungyung, also known as Soy, who had her novice training in our temple and center. So she is going to share her experiences in the school. So they are coming tomorrow actually, and they are going to join our Wednesday evening meditation, which is 18th at 7 p.m. And the students will also share their songs and other reflections with us. So you are invited to join us Wednesday 18th at 7 p.m. One more announcement about the retreat. So this is also a retreat center, and we offer a retreat over the Independence weekend, which is called The Art of Meditation and Love. And 6 seats on spot are available, and commuters are welcome to join that retreat. So for more information, please refer to the flyers in the lobby. And lastly, over the past 10 days, our center welcomed about 60 Won Buddhist ministers from the Americas for our annual retreat and conference. Ever wondered what it's like when Kyomunims get together? This year, luckily, Reverend Hagum put together a video capturing some of the highlights. So now, it's movie time. It says thank you in Korean. 감사합니다. 감사합니다. So on behalf of all the One Dharma Center 교무님s, I want to say thank you to everyone who supported and made this event possible. And this concludes our Sunday Dharma gathering, and thank you for sharing your practice with us. We'll see you next Sunday.